Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be listening to Kiss from a Rose by Seal featuring Violet Orlandi, performed by Dan Vasc. So, if you guys are new to the channel, I've listened to a lot of Dan Vasc previously, and I implore that you go check out those videos as well, but I have not heard Violet Orlandi, I believe. At least not yet. Or it's just not coming to the front of my memory. So I'm very interested to hear how this goes. This was a donation request from Rita Ross, so thank you so much for donating, and I wanted to make sure I got to this as soon as I could. I also have other donations waiting in the wings, and I'm going to make sure that I get those out within the week as well. And if you guys would like me to react to any particular song, my Venmo and my PayPal are in the links in the description below. My Patreon is also in the link in the description below, where on any one of those, you can leave me a comment and request a song that I can react and analyze. So I'm really excited to jump into this one. We've been covering a lot of Dan recently, and I have no objections to continuing that streak. So I'm really excited. I hope you are as well. So without any further delay, let's jump into it. I love this acapella opening. Yeah, and just the incorporation of the lute here.
There used to be a great tower along the sea.
Just that entire intro was so D&D fantasy-esque. Like, it just immediately teleports you in this beautiful world, and you just really experience this vivid imagery that they're building through the instrumental choices, of course, but by how they're actually phrasing their musical lines. And you just feel these melodic cadences just ebbing and flowing. And the execution of these musical choices are just magnificent in its world building. I love this so much. Let's listen to this intro again. Yeah, and I also love how they're not really perfect with each other here, where you have Violet just lingering on the note a little bit longer, and Dan is a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily say he's absolutely crisp, but he has a quicker taper than she does, and she lingers a little bit more. And their vibratos are nice, and they're hitting the same note, but they're just so slightly off of each other, where it's not displeasing by any means. It's very audibly satisfying still, which is why I really don't have an issue with it. And as a matter of fact, I really quite enjoy it, because it's kind of like hitting a single note on the electric guitar, where you know it's just the one note being played, but you can hear it reverberating, especially through an amplifier, where the sound has a little bit of grit to it, a little coarseness to its texture. And to have both of these voices kind of mimic that sensation, that coarseness, I love it so much. Yeah!
Oh. A great tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's the high on pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen?
Oh my gosh! Her voice is so sultry and rich, and her phrasing is just so legato. It's very smooth and rounded, and it just flows beautifully. And just at the very end of her verse, she allows this crescendo, this growth to happen right before Dan comes in with his powerful belt here, and just providing that grit texture like I was just mentioning. Just wonderful, dude. I love this entire verse, man. I want to hear this again.
There used to be a great tower alone on the sea.
Oh,
You became
such
the
vocal
light
control.
on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's the high, not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen?
Ah! Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh, man. And just the fact that Dan has so much control over his voice here. Not that I'm surprised by that at all. I've heard enough Dan to know that he does have complete control over his voice. But just in this particular section, just the fact that he comes in so strongly on that strong belt with that coarse texture and immediately reels it into the same kind of rhythmic flow that Violet had, just in that legato sense. And then charges it back up into that more strong dynamic, that stronger volume, that more loud volume, and then incorporating that coarse texture and then reeling it back in, just constantly showing this contract within his own verse here. It's just chef's kiss.
There is so much this man can tell you, so much he can say.
So right here, Dan is putting in a little bit more through his nose. There, instead of there, there. It's not all the way nasal of there, but you can tell that the sound is being targeted directly through his mask, which is exactly the kind of sound you want to hear in this genre of music. So I really, really do appreciate his approach to not just the music itself, but to the genre itself, and I really appreciate that.
There is so much this man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power.
Oh my gosh. Their notes weren't in perfect unison, but that ever so slight dissonance was so hypnotic.
There is so much this man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain
Oh!
power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a growing
Chills.
that I can't deny. Now, won't you tell me is I healthy, baby?
Oh, yeah. Just these tiny little details, these little accents that he adds into his cadences, whether it's these gentle tapers or this creep lead-in with his vocal fry. Oh, yeah, dude. It's just... all of these details really pile up to contribute to the pleasing audible sensations we feel in our bodies when we listen to this music. It's just magic, dude.
That I can't deny. Now won't you tell me is I healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become
Nice glottal.
light that you shine can be seen.
Yeah! Yeah, man! The way that she said, ooh. So, on words that more express emotion, that aren't necessarily words themselves, but like, ooh, for example, where that is supposed to reflect a very particular emotion in your body. However it is that you wish to internalize that. The way that she expressed it was so palpable. I just immediately connected with her just in that expression of ooh itself, which then made it so much easier to connect with her through the rest of the phrase. Like, just, listen to this again. Beautiful. And Victor's so smooth with it. Amazing control of dynamics there. Dan. I love the contrast in their voices, with Dan incorporating just the slightest amount of that coarse texture with the absolute smoothness of Violet's voice, where neither voice is really canceling each other out. You really feel both sensations in your body. I have no idea how to express this in imagery, but I just love the contrast, especially when it's together. Both of their voices are not drowning each other out. You can definitely feel both of them, and both of them coming in at the same time is such a bizarre but such a unique feeling and sensation. I love it so much, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much in this section. It is so difficult to have really strong breath support at this soft of a dynamic at this part of your voice. We know that her voice naturally rests lower, so for her to be in this area of her range and to execute it at this delicate dynamic, at this very soft volume, and not have her breath support waver by any means, because her vibrato was still very smooth and consistent like it's always been throughout the entirety of the piece. Oh my gosh, it's magic. Oh. My eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen. Oh, Dan! It's just so perfect. It's just this idea where Dan just unleashes the beast in this critical moment, and Violet just so seemingly effortlessly, obviously it takes a lot of concentration, focus, and technical skill to be able to take that energy that Dan is extricating from his being and just take that and guide it into the next musical cadence through her own level of energy, through her own passion for the piece and her own emotional center, and not have the same coarseness in her voice as Dan does, but still maintain her own contribution to the piece in her own style and use that as a connecting thread, that bridge into the next musical cadence, while Dan is just unleashing that beast. Ugh! So well arranged. Yeah, and Victor is just so good at maintaining that momentum, and dynamic control is impressive as all heck.
Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave.
Chills, man. It's just so mesmerizing. Like, with Violet's sultry, deeper voice and Dan's strong, intense belt, and both of their ability to have so much dynamic control and control of their voices, to be able to harmonize in such a way that isn't so polished perfect, but it's so perfect for the piece, if that makes sense. Just in this idea where their voices just match the genre very well. And the moment they hit a note and harmonize together or try to make a unison together, it creates this very specific atmosphere that is so palpable and so essential to the world building that they're committing to. And it's lovely. It's just so much fun, and you really feel the emotional core of the piece from each of them, each contributing their own personal understanding of the piece in the inflections within their voices, and it's just magnificent. This is just wonderful musical execution at its finest. And stunning musicianship from everybody, including Victor, and amazing job, guys. I really dig this. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart or reply to them, so please know that your comments do not go unnoticed. My live streams are currently Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so if you guys would like to stop by and say hey or ask any questions about myself or the channel, I'd be more than happy to be there for you guys. I want to thank Rita Ross again for introducing this video to me, and if you guys would like to submit your own requests for a particular song or piece that you guys would like me to react to, my Venmo, my PayPal, and my Patreon are all links in the description below. Feel free to send a message with that donation, or just add a comment if you're already a part of my Patreon, or feel free to join my Patreon and just comment on either the community section or any of my videos, and I will make sure that I get to it as soon as I can. I am tackling these donation requests in order, so I will absolutely let you know where you are in the queue of it. But not to say that the queue is very long right now, so I still implore the donation requests. Thank you. Anyway, I digress. I sincerely appreciate all of you for being here, just watching these videos. If you guys can't donate and just enjoy watching the videos, I deeply, sincerely appreciate you being here. You know, it really does mean a lot to me that you guys are here supporting me, supporting the channel in any way that you can, and thank you so much. You specifically. Thank you. And I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.